I've had a series of interesting and different environmental control systems, each one being a learning curve. They just seem to get better all the time.
And with this sip and puff straw, I could do about 70 different functions.
I could use the phone to call 911 if I needed to, or one of my care aides if somebody else didn't show up in the morning. For a person that can't do a lot for themselves, just being able to have that little bit of independence, I think, makes all the difference.
Independence is the key word, you know, when you have a disability. The more you can do for yourself, the better you are, the better you feel about yourself.
Right now, I'm enjoying my freedom.
I wouldn't have been able to live on my own without TIL.
Without TIL, I would be really in a pinch. I couldn't do the things I do, and it made such a difference to me in my life.
This program gives you more than just the ability to do things. It gives you a sense of being. I was born with Larsen's syndrome. It's a progressive skeletal condition. Basically, you do not get a proper joint system. It's a multiple dislocation of the joints. I can change the channel to 4. What TIL has done for me is amazing. They gave me independence in my room. They've given me ability to run any piece of equipment that has a remote control. With the toggle switch, I'm really free. Everything I can do with the Gava, I can do here. I could turn the little light on, and I could turn the fan on. The equipment has opened up my world, my abilities. It didn't only do that physically. As I gained this independence, my inner world changed. My attitudes, I became a person, not just a dependent person, but a person. Hello, how are you? Good.
Well, it really began, I think, out of a need, as most things do, when we were dealing with people with physical disabilities who required help for what we would consider the really simple things in life. Sometimes being able to open a cupboard, or being able to turn on a television, or open the window, or answer the telephone. We would have clients coming to the Kinsman Foundation, and so we saw a tremendous need where we needed to find ways to make this enable people to be more agile and to have a better way of getting things done.
If you look at the needs of persons with disabilities, there's really 3 basic things that they need. They need a place to live, they need attendant care in a lot of cases, and they also need assistive devices. And those are 3 important things that people have to be able to live independently in the community. And we feel that TIL has been a big part of that over the years. This was one of the first communication systems for persons in Canada that was imported from England over 40 years ago. Its basis is something called a typewriter. Now, some young people might not know what a typewriter is, but it was a device in which you hit the keys and the characters came up and hit the paper. Well, this is slightly different because people with disabilities would have to blow into a straw. By blowing into the straw, you could select various letters. And once you selected the letter, the typewriter key would come up and print that letter on that. You could see how slow that was. But it was effective, and many, many people used it.
The one straw is mainly for driving. You can back up, you can change the speed. We switch to the other mode, and that enables me to tilt the chair or recline the chair. Called Heather Morrison. The 3rd one is for my BlackBerry, and I just puff on it, the operator comes on, give her the number. It took me a little while to get the knack of it because you have to do a light puff for this and a hard puff for that. And when you turn it off, you've got to hold it till these funny little beep noises come up. Anyway, like anything new, it takes you a few days to get it. I contracted probably when I was 16. There are different degrees, you know. Some people might get a limp or something. Others just have like flu-like symptoms, but for some reason, that works. We've got access to the outside doors, our apartment doors, and even the elevator. If you think about it, you know, it doesn't seem like much, I suppose, but to be able to go up to whatever floor you want to go to and sip of the straw and off you go, it's great. It's just another level of independence. So I love the rain. I love the feel of rain on my face. So when I was able to open the door and just go out, come in, but I was ready to come in, not sit there and wait for somebody to come by to open the door, you know, what a difference that makes. If you don't know about it, you don't know that things can be better, and once you learn, and once you start using the different devices, oh my. So it's the independence, the fact that you can do something. Even if you're sitting watching TV with a friend, you can switch the channels when needed, and you're participating just a bit more then.
I don't think you can really truly measure success other than through the benefit it has given to people that we work with. The success can be measured with the inclusivity now of people who you see everywhere in work, in play, in sports. And these are people who have been assisted by technology for independent living, that have provided assistive devices that allow them to be better than they thought they could be, probably in many cases.
I had a spinal cord injury. I was just swimming in the Okanagan and climbed up on one of the swimmers' rafts that they have at Skaha Lake. Dove off and didn't realize there was only 3.5 feet of water there, and yeah. I ended up being a C4-5 quadriplegic, so that means all 4 limbs are paralyzed and no hand function. So some of the TIL equipment, they bring in like bigger switches, those buddy switches, so that's pretty important when you're trying to activate a device. It is important to have TIL customized equipment because not everybody has the same degree of disability. So there, you know, some people might need special customized buttons, customized interface so that they can operate the equipment properly. And TIL does that. If there's ever a problem with the equipment, they'll come out and they keep track of the equipment. So, you know, it's they keep up to date. That's the phone on. Without TIL, I'd probably be in a group living situation because there's no way that I could be living on my own and safely, that is. It would be a big difference in my lifestyle. I wouldn't have this great place that I have now to live in independently. I was early on in the independent living movement to be living on my own with such a high disability, but now I think it's quite common for people to live independently, and I think one of the key pieces to that was TIL.
There will always be a place for assistive technology for persons with disabilities. It's not just the provision of the assistive technology, it's also the maintenance and the repair and the continuing looking after those types of things to make sure that everything's working well for people in the community.
There's no end to what they can accomplish. You know, who would have thought 40 years ago that you could open a door or turn on lights or turn on a television or answer a telephone simply by raising an eyebrow or sipping or puffing on an object. Those are the kinds of things that, you know, it's like from popular science. You don't know if or when it's going to happen, But a technology for independent living, I think their slogan probably is, yes, it's going to happen. It just might not happen tomorrow, but we will find a way.
Vital to be as independent as possible. At least it is for me. Not that I'm a control freak or anything, but I want to have some say.
When there's not a lot you can do, but you know, TIL gives you the advantage of at least controlling part of your life.
The ability to control a little bit of my own life and take care of myself a little bit gave me a sense of being more than just someone to take care of. I actually had uh, my own abilities, and it was an amazing gift.
Like any nonprofit organization, there's always a need for more funding, and there's never enough. So if anybody is considering a good place to park some of their money that's really going to benefit people, then this would be an ideal place to do it.